The ship's captains did this to avoid paying the £10 tax levied by the Victorian government on every Chinese person arriving at a Victorian port. Sadly, the Chinese were continually subjected to unfair discrimination such as this during the early years of the gold rush. Next stop, Lake Waroona. If you're getting off here, please mind the step, use the handrail and leave the tram from the left-hand side. And was opened to the public in 1878. The name Waroona is an Aboriginal word meaning pleasant waters. A reminder that for thousands of years, Bendigo was home to the Jar Jar people. Until the 1970s, people used trams as we use buses today. The long-serving drivers and conductors knew their passengers by name. Often, they would see them grow up, travelling by tram to school, then eventually work, and through to their courting days and marriage. One regular young fellow who was courting a girl from Bendigo cheekily used to ride his bike back to Bendigo while hanging onto the back of the tram. After a while, the tram crew felt sorry for the lad, so they just put his bike on the tram and let him ride for free. Let it never be said that the trammies didn't have a romantic side. You may be wondering why Bendigo's public tramway system closed. As much as the Bendigo people love the trams, they love their cars more. With fewer people relying on the trams, the State Electricity Commission couldn't afford to keep the system running. On the 16th of April 1972, 20,000 people lined Bendigo streets, and as the last two trams led a procession down Pall Mall to the depot, most people didn't know whether to cry or cheer. Just a few weeks after the tramway closed, 5,000 signatures were collected on a petition, together with 600 letters, pleading for the state government to allow Bendigo's trams and most of the former Golden Square to Bendigo tramway to be preserved as a tourist tramway. As a result, Bendigo's talking tram service began in December 1972 and has been running ever since. On our left is Bendigo TAFE, formerly the Bendigo School of Mines, established in 1873. Between 1887 and 1890, it became home to the Sandhurst Fine Art Gallery. The gallery was forced to move after the scandalous exhibition of a nude painting caused outrage among all conservative members of the public. The Spanish Maiden, by Jose Gutierrez de la Vega, is still housed in the Bendigo Art Gallery in New Street. By today's standards, it's hard to imagine what all the fuss was about. The Star Bar on the corner is the oldest surviving building along Pall Mall, and next to it is the site where Sidney Myer opened his first store in 1900. Myer had only arrived in Australia a year earlier as a penniless Russian migrant, but his talent for retail quickly earned him a loyal customer base. Coming up on our left is Bull Street, crowned at its eastern end by the Bendigo Town Hall, a grand design by local architect Wilhelm Varland and a fine example of boom-time architecture in Bendigo. In the 1970s, it came close to demolition, but was fully restored in 2003. We're now approaching the Shamrock Hotel, located in the next corner, host to many famous entertainers such as Dame Nellie Melba and the demon courtesan Lola Montez. Guests of the Shamrock were Prince Charles and Diana, Princess of Wales. Coming up on our left is the heritage-listed Beehive building, built in 1872 and designed by renowned architect Charles was originally home to the Bendigo Mining Exchange. In the late 19th century, at the height of the gold boom, traders on the ground floor